Hello YouTube and fellow hams. My name is Ada, Lima Bravo 3 Sierra Alpha, and I just want to do a quick review on the Yaesu FTM-6000. So I wanted the radio for my shack, just a dual band, simple dual band radio for the shack. And I have some simple requirements. I did not need one with two receivers this time. I have some other dual banders with two receivers. I just wanted just the simplest radio and had some very simple requirements. So let's have a look at the radio. Here it is. Very nice looking radio, at least I think so. My simple requirements is that it has to have a quiet fan, and it has to have fast scanning, and it has to have a detachable head in case I want to move it into the car or in case I want to relocate the front. So let me just touch on those 3 points first. The fan is ultra quiet, and the fan is not PTT triggered like it is on some other radios I have. So when I push this, now it's on, let me move on to simplex frequency. Here it's on high power. I can hold the button for a while before the fan starts. If I let go now, it's not going to start. If I hold it in again, it will eventually start. But it's, there we go, fan is on. It's very quiet, it's not annoying at all. And when I let go of the PTT button, it doesn't take long before the fan goes off. I really like that. I have a Kenwood FTM-6000, and it's like I have to really think about it before I push that PTT button, because then it's like, oh, I regret pushing it, because then it sounds like it's going to take off, and it lasts for a couple of minutes or whatever it is. Now the fan here stopped, so it's temperature controlled, not PTT triggered. That I like, and it's quiet. The other one is scan speed. This is a fast scanner. I can just show that right away. Go into, for instance, memory scan. It's now on the memory channel. I have about 20 memories programmed here. And let me start by starting scan. I can just do it like this. And now, as you can see here, it only displays mem scan. There has been some, Yaesu has been getting some bad rap about this, that it doesn't show the frequencies as it flickers by. But this is the way I like it, because I sit here and I have a home office once in a while, especially these days. And the last thing I want to see is the flickering of the frequencies in the display constantly. It's much better to me that it's sitting static like this. And if someone is transmitting and it stops, then I can see, I'm just going to trigger it, then I can see right away it's flashing. That will catch my attention, and I will look over to see what happened or to see where it stopped. So I really like that. What you get in return for having this is that you get an ultra fast scanner. So you can see now I have about 20 frequencies in memory, and if I push PTT now, you can see how quick it stops. There, almost immediate. Again, almost immediate. And if I hold the PTT and I move this so it does another round, you can see how quickly it comes back. It's back. So at least with 20 memories, it almost gives me the feeling that I'm monitoring all the memory frequencies at the same time. That's how fast it appears to me. Of course, if you have 200 memory frequencies, it will be something else. So that's a bit about the scanning. Now it shows memory scan. If you do VFO scan, it will show VFO scan, or you can do program scan, I believe, and you can do group scan, I believe. So those are the different modes. You have to look up in the manual to see exactly what it is. And the radio itself, as I mentioned to start with, I like the looks of it. It's a nice small format. It's not tiny. It's not as small as I thought it would be. I thought it would be actually quite a bit smaller. So here you can see compared to the FTM-7000 what it looks like. And to have a look at the radio itself, here you can see it has a nice form factor. It looks sharp, and it has this mobile bracket that's included. And only on the one side there's a lever that you can flick up, and then you slide it out in this track right here, right out of the mobile bracket. Very handy, and it works quite well. The knobs here are very nice. I really like them. They are made of metal, and they have a very positive click to them, which is very firm, and they feel very good. And it's the exact same knobs that we have on the FTDX10 actually, and probably the FTDX101. So it feels like good quality, it looks like good quality, and it's very nice and simple. So another one of my nitpicks is the display. If I go to just a VFO here, you can see how clean it is. I like that. I like that it's very nice and clean. And but the display is not very informative. So if I go to memory channel, to repeater channel, it shows that it's in memory now. It shows the memory channel. It shows a negative repeater offset. It shows that I have a tone squelch on both receive and transmit. I have CSS tone. If I have it only on tone, it shows like this, just a TN for tone. What it's lacking though is is whether I'm running high, low, or mid power, and it's lacking if I have it on narrow deviation or on FM, because you could choose between narrow and wide. So it's lacking those two, but other than that, it has everything I need on the display. But it looks nice and clean. It's a bigger frequency display because it doesn't have all of this other stuff around, all of these icons and a bunch of functions. So that's a bit about the display. So let's talk about the buttons and the knobs. The knobs, as I said, are aluminum, I think it is. They're at least metal. It feels very much like metal. Volume control, channel selector, obviously. You can push the channel selector to change the frequency fast, megahertz, and push it again, and it goes back to regular dial here. The power on off button, hold it in, turn it off, hold it in, turn it back on. Quick click will lock all the other buttons. Quick click again will unlock all the other buttons. See, make sure this is in focus here. And it has a squelch button here to adjust the squelch. It's very easy, like this. Squelch off, squelch back on. I keep it on pretty high just for the review so I don't get any stray noise or anything coming in here. The squelch button also doubles with a back button, and that's it. Just when you go into the menus, it steps back in the menus. It has a band button, and out of the box it has, I believe it's 5 bands. It's the VHF, it's air band, it's 220 megahertz, it's UHF, and it's a cellular band. But you can select away whatever you don't need, so which I've done. I'm only interested in the ham radio bands, so when I push it, it only toggles between UHF and VHF. That's all I need. If you have groups, it will toggle between groups. If it is in memory mode, it will toggle in such a way that, so let's say if you have programmed a bunch of VHF memories, a bunch of UHF memories, and a bunch of air band memories, for instance, then you can make this into different groups, and when you push this, then this it will bring you into the band within your memory channels. So now it will only scroll through my VHF channels, and I can push it again. Now it will only scroll through my UHF channels, and if you have the other bands here, which I have removed, air band, you can push it again, then you get the air band, so you can only scroll through the air band frequencies in your memory. I think that's kind of handy. So that's a bit about that. This just switches between VFO and memory. And then it has, of course, these two F buttons, which has been controversial, I guess, for some people, because it's new and it's different. But I like that Yaesu is thinking new and not just renewing their old technology and their old designs. So that's good. F1 button, function 1, obviously, and out of the box, this is a home button. So when you push this, it will go to home frequency. I have done it so it goes to the in frequency or to the RX frequency for the repeater. So if I'm talking to someone over the repeater, I can push once here, it goes into reverse, so I can listen to see if I can hear them directly. Push it back and it goes back on. You can assign whatever function you want here from the main menu. This button, this is double function. It's both the main menu and it's a quick menu. That's all this button is toggling. So hold it in long, 2 seconds or whatever it is. It goes into the main menu. And here you can see all the standard items. Some of these, however, are blank. That is because those are items that I use more than others in the main menu, and I've pulled them forward into the quick menu. That's the easiest way that I can explain it. So in the quick menu, I have squelch type, whether it's a CTCS or tone. Here's where I can select the tone or the frequency for the tone. Here's for TX power, and here's for the width. These are some items that I like to have in the quick menu. So, which means that when I'm out here, if I want to see the width here, because it doesn't show on display either, I push this once, push here, I can see it's on wide, and I can change that to narrow right here if I want. If I want to see the power, I just click here, I can see the power, I can change the power as well. So I just have those very few functions to this forward menu. And I like that they are removing them from the main menu, so you know instantly that they are not in the main menu, they are in the quick menu, and you don't have to see them two places. So I think that's pretty smart, actually. I showed you the outside of the radio. My third requirement is that it's possible to remove the front panel in case I'm going to move it into the car or if I want to divide them. So here's another nitpick, of course. I'm going to remove the front panel now, and you can see here. There we go. You can see how it's connected just with like a type of a Cat6 cable, Cat5 cable, and here, and it comes with a longer cable. I'm not sure how many feet it is, but it's a longer cable, long enough, I'm sure, to have this under the seat in the car or maybe in the trunk. And then it has a USB connector here for updating firmware. And then there's something that's pretty stupid. That is on the front panel on the side here. There's also a USB connector for upgrading the firmware in the front panel. So why were they not able to figure out how you can just connect there and it does the update through this ribbon cable? That should be good enough. Instead, and I'm sure everyone agrees with me about this, they should have put a microphone connector here, because there is no microphone connector on the front panel. And you can even buy a long extension cable between the radio and the panel. I believe it is like 12 feet or something. And but you can only buy a 6-foot cable between a microphone and a radio. So what's the point of that? It's not very well thought out. So that's one of my other nitpicks. I'm not sure what else to cover, but for everyday use, I have all the functions that I need. It's very quick to select. It's a very nice memory. It's very fast scanning. It's a very quiet fan. It's really all what I need from this shack radio. And I think I'm going to keep it for a while. What I'm not so happy with, or well, I'm not very happy anyways, is the audio. The audio is nice, it's crisp and it's clear, but it's not loud and punchy. Nothing that you would go like, wow, this is nice audio. It's just okay. Nothing more than that. I have an external speaker on it, Kenwood speaker. Then it became much nicer. So so that's okay. For in the shack, it's more than good enough, but nothing special. So that's all I really needed to say, I think, about the radio. And I know that I will be keeping the radio in the shack here for a while. And thanks for watching.